In this video, continuation of cell adaptation. Already hypertrophy and hyperplasia completed. Third type of cell adaptation, atrophy. Here decrease in size of cell, shrinkage of cells. Okay, here size also, number also decrease with or without accompanying shrinkage of cells and organs and tissue. This one is a cell. Here stress will come. After that, here not cell death. Okay, still here cell still viable in condition. Yeah, atrophy cells are smaller than normal cell, but they are still viable. They do not necessarily undergo apoptosis and necrosis. Then why shrinkage will happen? What is the mechanism? Shrinkage in cell size is due to reduction in cell organelles like mitochondria, myofilament and endoplasmic reticulum. All cell organelles reduced number. That's why here reduction. Say for example, normal cell having 5 mitochondria means here only 1 mitochondria. Here 5 ribosome means here only 3 ribosome. Like that, reduction of cell organelles. Then shrinkage of cell size is due to reduction in cell organelles. Here two type is the physiological and pathological atrophy. First we discuss about physiological atrophy. Physiological atrophy, because of 6 important factors that shrinkage will happen. One is atrophy of lymphoid tissue with age. During enlarge, when we are childhood, that time childhood, it become enlarged. As age, the size become decrease in size. So lymphoid tissue childhood time enlarge, after age the size become decrease. Then atrophy of thymus in adult life. When we are embryo, thus this thymus we have, adult life disappear. Third, atrophy of gonads after menopause. After menopause, shrinkage in size, ovary shrinkage. Okay, gonads, ovary size after menopause, shrinkage will happen. Then decrease. Fourth condition, decrease in size of uterus that occur shortly after parturition. That means after delivery, that uterus size decrease. Then fifth one is atrophy of brains. Okay, brain size decreased with aging. Then osteoporosis with reduction of size of bony due to aging, bone size decrease. So what are the 6 condition, physiological condition? One is lymphoid tissue, childhood time enlarged, after age decrease their size. Then thymus, adult life disappear. Then gonads, after menopause period size decrease. Then uterus after delivery. Then brain size and osteoporosis, bone size also reduction will happen. These are the 6 important physiological condition atrophy will occur. Next, pathological atrophy, starvation atrophy. Here generally weakness, emaciation and anemia known as cachexia, seen in cancer and severely ill patient. So not eating anything, the size become decreasing. Then ischemic atrophy, atrophy kidney in atherosclerosis of renal artery, atrophy of that brain in cerebral atherosclerosis condition. Then neuropathological atrophy, example poliomyelitis, motor neuron disease. Then disuse atrophy, okay, not long use, okay, use for long time, not used for long time. For example, wasting of muscles of limb in cast, atrophy of pancreas in obstruction, plaster cast. That time not using that limb means it causes disuse atrophy. Example of other atrophy in pathological condition: neuropathic endocrine atrophy, then pressure atrophy, then idiopathic atrophy. So these are the condition atrophy will happen. Next one is metaplasia. Metaplasia, conversion of one type of cell into another type of cell. Conversion of mature adult into another type of matured adult cells. Initially, squamous cell is converted into columnar cell, or columnar cell is converted into squamous cell. A reversible changes in which one mature or adult cell is replaced by another mature or adult cell type. If injury or stress, the metaplastic tissue may revert to its original type. Okay, so this one is the squamous cell. Stress will come because of adaptation. This is the one type of adaptation. This name is called as columnar metaplasia. So squamous cell is converted into columnar cell, so it have that name columnar metaplasia. This columnar cell is converted into squamous cell. It is called as squamous metaplasia. So what is the final one? That one is the metaplasia. What is the mechanism here? Not physiological and pathological condition, just columnar cell is converted into squamous cell, or squamous cell is converted into columnar cells. What is the mechanism? How columnar cell converted into squamous cell is converted into columnar. Metaplasia does not result from a change in that phenotype of already differentiated cell type. Metaplasia is the result of reprogramming. Okay, so here reprogramming of stem cells that are known to exit in normal tissue. Here what is the mechanism? Reprogramming of stem cells. So here stress will come. This one is the columnar cell. Okay, here stress will come. Here stem cell is presented. In columnar cell, initially it is the columnar. How the columnar cell are formed? All cells are formed from stem cells. Okay, it is the stem cells which are forming this columnar cell. In this organ, whatever it may be, stomach or esophagus, columnar lining formed from stem cell. Stress will come, activate these cells. It want to convert it into squamous cell. How it will convert? What is the mechanism? It cannot convert directly. How it is convert? By using reprogramming. Here reprogram will happen. So here this one is the columnar cell, here stem cell. So here reprogram will happen. Now they start to form squamous cell. So now only it will start to form that squamous cell. They start from squamous cell in both side they started to form. So columnar replaced by squamous cells, columnar not replaced, it is here. Now it is the squamous cell formation. First one is squamous metaplasia. Initial lining is columnar. Due to stress, it converted into squamous cell. Example, Francus, normally lined by pseudo-stratified columnar ciliated epithelium in chronic smoker. Okay, here lining is columnar lining, here lining is columnar, entirely columnar. What is the lining? Here inhalation. Some people smoke a cigarette. The smoke going inside. Some smoke is truss here. So smoke is truss here. Truss. Okay. So it putting truss to columnar cell. So this columnar cell is converted into, actually basically it is a columnar cell, so it will converted into squamous cells. Columnar cell get replaced by squamous cell, so it have that name, that squamous metaplasia. Second example, in uterine endocervix, normally lined by simple columnar cell, okay, is prolapse of that uterus. Here truss is prolapse. This one is the prolapse of that uterus. So cervix of female, cervix have two portion. Okay, cervix having two portions. Upper one endocervix, lower one ectocervix. Endocervix and ectocervix. Ectocervix having squamous cell, endocervix having columnar cell. Here because of prolapse, here prolapse is the truss. So what is the lining of the vagina? Squamous. What is the lining of cervix? So what is the lining of cervix? It is connecting between uterus and vagina, connecting tube. This one is the connecting tube. Endocervix, continuation of uterus, so it have columnar lining. So columnar is converted into squamous because of truss in endocervix. Initially columnar will get converted into squamous in endocervix. What is the truss here? Prolapse is the truss here. What is prolapse? That uterus, it will bind with that ligament with the ball of that abdomen, with the ball of that pelvis. Uterus will prolapse, it will truss here, uterus will prolapsing, it will put truss, so it put truss. So prolapse is the truss, columnar cell is converted into squamous cell. Second, another example, ectocervix. Initially it is the squamous cell, it converted into columnar cell. Here the truss is virus, human papilloma virus. Through sex it will enter, that human papilloma virus, through intercourse it will enter. Here this virus is the truss, so it convert squamous cell to columnar cells. Both columnar cell converted into squamous, squamous cell converted into columnar here. Another example, gallbladder, normally lined by simple columnar epithelium in cholelithiasis. This one is the gallbladder. This one is the initially lining with the columnar cells. In gallbladder there is a stone, inside stone. Here stone is the truss, calciquai. Okay, so here that stone is the truss, so it will converted into squamous cell. Then prostate, normally lined by simple columnar cell in chronic prostate. So lungs because of smoke converted into squamous, cervix because of prolapse converted into squamous cell, then gallbladder converted into squamous cell, prostate because of infection it will converted into squamous cell. So lungs, endocervix, gallbladder and prostate. Lungs because of smoke is the truss converted into squamous cell. Endocervix because of prolapse Prolapse, it will converted into squamous cell. Gallbladder, because of stone, it will converted into squamous cell. Then prostate, because of infection, it will converted into squamous cells. All organ initially columnar, because of stress, it will converted into squamous cell. Then coming to columnar metaplasia, some condition here it transform into columnar epithelium. Coming to Parrots esophagus, changes of normal squamous cell into columnar epithelium. Then cervical erosion changes normal squamous epithelium to columnar cell. Then ectocervix, because of herpes simplex virus, it will converted into columnar cell. What is the lining of stomach? Lining of stomach is the columnar cell. What is the lining of esophagus? Lining of esophagus is the squamous. Acid presented here, acid presented in stomach, that sphincter. Okay, this one always close. Whenever we swallow the food, that time only it will open and transmitted food through esophagus to stomach. Some people that sphincter loss, okay, it is open, there is reflect that acid, so they lost, it will open that acid, reflects that acid from that stomach to esophagus again and again. So acid is the stress here, so squamous cell, because of HCl, it will converted into columnar cell. So this is known as Parrots esophagus. So ectocervix herpes simplex virus converted into columnar cell. Lower esophagus, it will that HCl is converted into columnar cell. Last one is dysplasia. What is dysplasia? Here that disorder cellular development. There are 7 features. There are 7 features. If any organ showing these 7 features, it is known as dysplastic cell. Dysplastic cells. What are the 7 features? Increase number of layer. Here single layer, here increase number of layer. Disorderly arrangement of cells. Second one is disorderly arrangement of cells from basal layer. Here how that basal layer presented, here how that disorder is missing. So disorderly arrangement. After that, loss of basal polarity. What is polarity? Basal polarity. So this one, okay, this one is the basal polarity. Whether this one is presented center or towards that base, here is presented. But this one dysplasia cell, we see here, this one missing that basal polarity, nuclei lying away from that basement membrane. Then cellular and nuclear pleomorphism. Fourth one is cellular and nuclear pleomorphism. What is this? Size and shape of all the cell vary. One is smaller in size, another one is large in size. So pleomorphism, here all the cell equal in size and shape. Here one is smaller one is larger one, like that presented. Fifth condition is increased nucleocytoplasmic ratio. So this one cytoplasm high, nucleus is this one like this. So this one is the NC ratio. Here nucleus also increase, cytoplasm also increase. Nucleus, okay, here nucleus increase, cytoplasm decreased. Normally cytoplasm high in nucleus smaller, this one is the normal cell. But here cytoplasm cell also, here cytoplasm level increases, this cell size will increase. So this one is the NC ratio. Then sixth one is nuclear hyperchromatism. What is the one? Hyper means high. High in chromatism, color. Nucleus having normally blue color. This one is the dark blue color. Seventh feature. Here normal cell no mitotic activity. Here cell division, but here lot of cell division. So these are the 7 important feature of this one leads to cancer cells. So what are the things? Increased number of layer of epithelial cells, disorder arrangement, loss of basal polarity, then pleomorphism, increased nucleocytoplasmic ratio, hyperchromatism, and increased mitotic activity. This is all about cell adaptation. Thanks for watching. So in this video discussed cell adaptation. This one is the introduction part. And then what are the type of adaptation? Point of no return, cell adaptation. Then 5 type of adaptation along with the diagram. Then hypertrophy. What is hypertrophy? Types of hypertrophy: physiological condition, pathological condition. Then hypertrophy of smooth, then morphological features, hyperplasia, their diagram, their mechanism, their types. Then pathological type hypertrophy we discussed. Hypertrophy, metaplasia, mechanism, then dysplasia. All the things we discussed in detail. Thanks for watching.